Two teams with players full of exceptional history take this stage, but they must leave the past behind in order to shape their futures of this split. My name is Dazman. Joined with me is Subi Smash. We have Team Vitality getting ready to take on the Flying Dutchmen.
Oh, and I'm so excited. And if anything that we can take from this match, if it was an indicator yesterday of that 3-0, I don't think it's going to be like that today. Two of those games did go into an overtime, very close knit, and you know, I think there's a few problems that we can see from Flying Dutchmen, but I think they're easily rectified.
Right, and that's really going to be a big key factor. Looking at all the players on the field, you saw the desk allude to it yesterday where, okay, maybe there is a chance, and that's almost a good start. You see Violent Panda putting a quick shot on. This one's starting off with a lot of speed here, Subi.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Flying Dutchmen need to do to take down Vitality, but dangerous play is K-Dot bumps off Violent Panda, and Fairy Peak gonna finish this play off. Vitality off to a quick 1-0.
Look at that counterattack so fast. Alpha leading the charge there. You see K-Dot getting involved, but Fairy Peak with the shot placement, bottom left corner. Team Vitality, again, a lot of people talked about this team in the EU Open. They didn't have a good run necessarily. They went out very early. Now they come back, and what does this team look like? Still answering those questions of whether the inconsistencies are still there. But with the start in game one, they're looking to shut those theories down really quickly. That looks like it could be another one. K-Dot tried to pre-jump the clear from Tho, but Tho still has possession.
And that first goal, Dazarin, from Vitality kind of was reminiscent of yesterday during the qualifiers of really just overextending on the play, and Tho can't find that upper 90. Oli's just gonna pop it up. But yesterday I was noticing that the Flying Dutchmen, their transition defense going from offense back onto the defensive half was just awful, abysmal. They just couldn't get back in time. We're so scattered, and it just seemed like Team Vitality could pick them apart and use their speed against them.
And you can see them using a lot of speed there, almost a little bit of a double commit. Fair Peak calling Alpha off. K-Dot's going to give up possession here. Flying Dutchmen looking for a way in. They've been doing okay so far in terms of shots, sitting at 4. 3 of them have been from Tho as Oli tries to get a little quick carry over. But Vitality have been there at the net every single time to put these stops out. Still a 1-goal game, but you got to start looking at the clock. Even though Vitality kind of set the tone, Flying Dutchmen still have a lot to play with.
Yeah, Vitality's not a team that you want to be going up against when you're down 1, because they are just so content doing exactly this, being patient on defense and letting opportunities come as they may. And Alpha goes all the way from his own half down to the dotted lines, gets this goal.
But I like what Vitality are doing here, Subi, because the way they started this game off, right, the pace that they set, you can see Flying Dutchmen are trying to keep up with the speed. At least Oli in that play, moving a little bit too fast. Everyone's a little too far forward, and a big whiff from Oli leads into another goal for Vitality, forcing Flying Dutchmen to play at this level of speed, throwing them off their rocker. And Alpha almost with the highlight play. K-Dot will take his try, but it will not fall. Vitality, anything you give them, Subi, they try to turn into success.
I mean, they're just so quick at pushing that ball forward, always looking for an outlet pass. They're never just content just hitting the ball just to hit it. They're always looking to create plays out of something. As you see Alpha going up, going to come down off of the ceiling, but Oli's going to easily clear that one up. And Violent Panda needs to get to work as that ball's stolen away, but still, we're in the second half now, Daz, and there have been plenty of opportunities for the Flying Dutchmen, but every single time there's someone from Vitality waiting on the goal line to turn that ball away.
The Vitality defense has been very exceptional so far. They've only needed to make 2 saves compared to the 6 shots Flying Dutchmen have put up. The defense has not necessarily been that stressed at all. But I would reckon Flying Dutchmen, this is going to be one of these things where they need to be a little bit more settled in terms of the game so far. There's a pass out. Violent Panda will not be able to get there in time. And Alpha just takes the ball for himself, leads into a shot chance there, but the shot a little bit light for Tho. Or it's an easy save for Tho, I should say. Oli. Oh, that's a high ball.
No one there.
And then the transition. K-Dot, bang! Vitality up by 3.
And Dazarin, that's 3 goals for Vitality, and all 3 have come from just this quick transition, coming out of defense, immediately putting a shot on the board, and nobody home for the Flying Dutchmen. A lot of problems presenting themselves right now that they need to rectify in between game 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, they're being picked apart, so to speak. Vitality more than happy with giving them this space to work with. And it's a good shot from Tho, but K-Dop able to get there in time. Final minute in game 1. And I love Cole and Achieves, but it's not looking good for them if this keeps up. Just in terms of that match prediction.
I feel you, Daz. They're some of the smartest brains in Rocket League, but sometimes you overthink things and you forget. Yeah, okay, Vitality didn't do so well in the European Open, but now that, oh my goodness, Alpha doing everything for Vitality right now, gets this goal, and with that one, still 100% goal participation here.
Yeah. This is just really good team sense here, but an excellent start. It's a long series, but the way things are looking right now, you gotta wonder, you gotta at least get one here if you're Flying Dutchman off some of these attacks. It needs to find some level of success. The ideas are present, and we've seen that in some of these drives, right? The pass plays are there, they connect, but it's always a touch off. Someone doesn't get the right touch forward, and then next thing you know, possession's given up very easily. And Vitality is a team that will take advantage of all possession given to them. 4-0, unless Oli can score this one, it will be grounded. Team Vitality win game 1.
And this almost looked like a cookie cutter mold of game 1 from yesterday between Vitality and the Flying Dutchmen, where it was all Vitality, and it took the Flying Dutchmen some time to warm up. So if you're Achieves and Cole and you're out there predicting this team to win, then okay, you got to feel a little okay. Hey, this team does start off slow. They have a history of doing so. But speaking of history, Flying Dutchmen, they just hit 2 months together this day as officially being a team. And when you look at Vitality, over 2 years, it really shows itself on the field just how well Vitality's playing with one another compared to Flying Dutchmen, where, you know, in my opinion, their spacing right now, it's way too far apart. And then when they get onto offense, they just kind of send the house. And that's why you're seeing Vitality get those easy pickup goals.
Gotta clean things up here if you are the Flying Dutchman. Right now, Vitality are picking apart every single mistake. We are loaded up with Forbidden Temple for game 2, and we're waiting to see what exactly Flying Dutchmen are gonna come out with. It's been a very one-sided series so far if you're just now joining us. But you think of all the players on the field right now. Tho, this is for Tho, after the roster swap, him leaving Guild, moving to this Flying Dutchman squad, seeing the potential of the roster as they sit in a good spot now. Tho also coming up to make that save. You gotta think for Tho, this was probably one of the better moves. And both of these teams are sitting in good spots to be for that road to Sweden as they try to battle in. This is a very important match for them.
Oh, extremely important, especially for Vitality. All of the pressure that's consistently put on their shoulders. When you talk about Europe, you think of 2 teams consistently being at the top, and that's Team BDS and Vitality. And yeah, European Open failed to even qualify for it, so they need to do their work here. And my, would it feel good to get a nice 4-0 over the Flying Dutchmen.
Oh, K-Dop almost connecting with that one. So close. This will be Oli on the counter. Has to go midfield. There's the pass. The shot off target, but Violent Panda might have a chance here. That pop-up doesn't do him any favors. And Oli tries to go with a quick cut, but Fairy Peak has it. That midfield play just gets a little tense there between these two teams because you can see how quickly the game can kind of shift based on 1 or 2 touches.
Yeah, and going back to the pre-show, and the guys talking about both of these teams, and Achieves bringing up the fact that, hey, for Flying Dutchman to be successful, just simply take out Alpha, take him out of the equation. And that's easier said than done, but I think he's onto something. As we were talking about, 100% goal participation in game 1. If you take him out, then you're looking at a tie game. So do something. Look for demos, look for bumps. And speaking of a demo on Alpha, there it is. Take him off the pitch, but wasn't involved in that play as Violent Panda going to steal that one away and look to get some offense started here for Flying Dutchman.
Ball in midfield. Oli, light touch, trying to get it to throw. There's the shot, but it's wide again. Shot placement has not been on form with Flying Dutchman so far. Like I said in game one, they didn't necessarily force Team Vitality to have to make some close saves. I get the ideas that they're going for these wide shot placements, but you gotta put it towards the net. That's a high ball here, forcing Fairy Peak to go up. It's a light touch, and Oli a little too far forward, but can land it out for throw. Trying to get a play off the backboard, which is pretty vacant at the moment, but Alpha gets a piece of that. Not done for Flying Dutchman, though. Oh, off target, just high, and it'll be cleared away.
They had the play all set up. The tablecloths were out. The table was ready to go, but unfortunately, just missed his mark. I love that bump in net as well, just to give a slight window for that shot to find its mark, but though, going to push this downfield. He has Violent Panda to work with, but Alpha saw that coming from a mile away and going to clear that back towards center. But still, Daz, minute and a half to go, and if you're a Flying Dutchman fan, you got to feel happy here. At this point in game number 3, you're basically looking at down 3-0, and Alpha with an incredible save coming out of the goal mouth, and still all knotted up.
I just want to go on the record here. I need to have a conversation with you about how you set your tables. After this, later. No, okay. It's just I just want to compare notes. You got a minute remaining left in this game. Oli plays that into the corner. K-Dop midfield to Alpha, but Alpha just can't get around the Flying Dutchman defense, which has honestly been pretty good this game until Fairy Peak put it top left. You can't save that one.
Oh, mama, though, turns it over in his own half. Crucial mistake, and Fairy Peak go up and get it, big fella. Vitality with the lead.
That came out of nowhere. Fairy Peak just goes into the air and says, save that. And in a game that's so far been a stalemate, they just turn it on. 45 seconds left in this one, and Flying Dutchmen are going to have to create some opportunities. That might be it. Whoa, Tho!
What a read from Tho. Oli with the monstrous pass, and Tho barely beating out Fairy Peak to get that ball towards the net, and K-Dop can't touch up. What an answer from the Flying Dutchman.
If you're just now waking up, good morning. At least that's how I feel with those scoring goals like that. The shot placement hasn't been good for Flying Dutchman, but now they finally connect. That's their first goal of the series. We're going to see whether or not they can keep that up. Tie game, as that's a laser across. Good on Violent Panda. Ambitious try there to read that. Flying Dutchman still trying to keep up that pressure. That's a free ball. Violent Panda, what's he going to do with it? Takes it over to the corner. Gets a flick over one. Go. Can he get this mid to Oli? Cannot. Tries to go for a shot. Alpha is there. This one cleared all the way downfield. Oli's going to want to kill it, and he does. Overtime in game 2.
Smart play there from Oli to just kill that ball. He had Vitality coming for a 3-on-1 break, and you can almost forgive all of the accuracy issues that Flying Dutchman had in game number 1 after that beautiful shot from Tho. Picture perfect placement on that one to send us into OT.
And that was exactly what Flying Dutchman needed, because it would have been drastic if they got shut out 2 games in a row in this best of 7 against Vitality. But they get one. That's going to be a save needed, though. Is home. K-Dop tries to land it down for Fairy Peak. They're trying to keep this offense up, but it's going a little bit too fast for them to really take control of. Some of the ball touches a little off for Vitality. K-Dop, though, trying to go for the solo. Though will deny. And this one will be a slow play in the corner. Oli has to take the time here. And it's a good touch. Even a better 50. Looking for that bump on K-Dop, but won't be able to get it. That clear out will finally give some breathing room for a moment, unless Alpha gets that read, and almost actually had it. But the transition will start here.
Violent Panda, nice little ground pinch to get that around Alpha, and just gives that ball up into the corner and can't read that one as K-Dop's up. Looking for a 50, can't quite find it, but double commit for Vitality. This could be disaster. But Flying Dutchman unable to capitalize. Good heads up play from Fairy Peak to get back down to the ground and recognize no one covering up that goal line.
Oh, good on Violent Panda too to be able to clear that out. But this one, it just seems like they're doing their best to try to play it away from Team Vitality. They don't want them to have any type of control on the ball. Almost feels like they're playing from behind, but that's a big clear. K-Dop will be there to make contact. And now we can get a sense of Flying Dutchman offense. Unless they can't cut in the midfield, they can.
VP?
Only straight down. Violent Panda doesn't want to bite at it. Alpha almost able to put that on, just barely missing out on the touches.
And I love that look. That infield pass, trying to find Violent Panda streaking down the middle, but Vitality, a little 2v2 action, turned away by Oli. Didn't hesitate at all to go for that challenge, knows how dangerous all three members of Vitality are if you give them that crucial time. And K-Dop finds though in mid with no boost and just has to beat him to the ball, and Vitality steal game number 2.
What in the world? Just picks the pocket. One ball goes out, though has boost there, but still can't get to the ball, gets dusted, and Team Vitality will go up in the series. Subi, they played such a tight game too. We hit that long overtime just for it to end like that. It's gotta hurt.
Oh, it definitely has to hurt, especially after yesterday, because like I've been saying, this is exactly how yesterday went. Game number 1, out of control. Game number 2 went to OT, and yesterday, game number 3 went to OT as well, but this is best of 7, and I think this is a very, very smart timeout for the Flying Dutchman. You do not want to go down 0-3 against Team Vitality.
Yeah, like I said, this is a very important series for them, and taking this timeout is actually a really good call, seeing that Vitality has a lot of momentum. They've been playing their game over the course of this one. This game was definitely very close, but they have to make some type of adjustments here. As you see Verge and the cams talking to the team, Flying Dutchman have to turn things around here, because it's going to be a very important game 3 coming up. Vitality they've been playing really good Rocket League. There have been some touches that have been very questionable, not necessarily playing at their peak, but compared to the EU Open and even up till yesterday, this Vitality team does look informed.
Yeah, I agree. And for the Flying Dutchman, I feel like as there's a live look in on Vitality and that awesome team setup, all 3 members in the same place. And we've seen how successful it has been for teams, and Vitality, one of the first to do it and doing it for so long. But the Flying Dutchman, like I brought up before this series started, Daz, I really feel like they really just need to focus on their spacing. And I feel like it's really the second man that's throwing them off right now. They need to really tighten the second man up so that those follow-up shots can come a lot sooner, because it just seems like Vitality is having so much time to recognize the shot placement that's coming out from the Flying Dutchman. And that's why we've seen so many saves.
Right. We have seen definitely a lot of those. This one is really going to kind of come down to it as well. You can kind of see Team Vitality trying to stay as locked in as possible. And again, mainly when you think about it, right? Flying Dutchman, this timeout does slow things down for them. They have to kind of stay in control. And if you are, Team Vitality, I think that as we get ready to kick off, Subi, you just got to go in with the same mindset you came in game 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the timeout definitely going to help things out as far as strategy goes, and I'm curious to see how this first kickoff goes. Let's see if they pull something out of the bag of tricks here. Maybe we'll see kind of a fake kickoff. We'll see something to where they're trying to get the ball to go in their own half so they can maintain possession. And nope, Fairy Peak early cheat up, going to take that away. And here we go, Vitality picking up right where they left off in game number 2.
That's a really good cheat. It's great though on Flying Dutchman's defense that they don't necessarily let that result in something. Oh, but the passes are coming out. You can see things a little bit more slower on the Flying Dutchman end. Making sure not to overcommit is going to be huge. Because that's been a big key factor on Team Vitality's goals. Be it they haven't scored that many, but when they have, that's been the more, I'd say, obvious mistake.
I mean, Vitality maybe don't have a ton of goals in the series, but 6-1 right now is looking pretty darn good, and it just seems like the Flying Dutchmen have no answer for the defense that Vitality's bringing. You see Oli going through, looking for K-Dop, couldn't find him, looking for Fairy Peak, and there's the pass, but a little too wide, but he didn't have any shooting lanes available, as that was great defense there from Fairy Peak.
You look at some of the tags on these players' names. 3-time world champion, 2-time world champion, RLCS ex-champion. A lot of history on the field. And with that history, a lot of proving needed to be done on both sides. Vitality trying to, again, shake off that EU Open disaster.
Yeah.
And Flying Dutchman trying to build something from a roster that a lot of people, I'd say, I've almost forgotten some of these names. They got to remind people who they are.
Right.
And they're doing so right now.
It's like people forgot Violent Panda, still one of the best players in the world. Yeah, he's not on Dignitas anymore. Yeah, yada, yada. But just like you said, look at the tags. He's got 2-time world champ. Let that one sink in. And he's trying to get Oli and Though, one of those tags next to their names. But Vitality just trying right now to prove that the European Open was nothing but a fluke, as gets 2 to go, and Oli gonna slot that one in. Great shot there initially from Violent Panda to get the defense to jump.
This is big, especially coming off the timeout. This shows that whatever they changed in that game plan for Flying Dutchman worked. It seems like things are more controlled on the field as they pick up their first goal. We're at the halfway point in game 3. Big moment here for the Flying Dutchman to try to turn this series around. But I mean, going back to it, even for Vitality, this is a team that, again, won RLCS ex-champs, took down BDS, a team that we thought were unstoppable at the time. And with Lance coming back in that road to Sweden, I know K-Dop, out of all people, wants to get back there. But it starts here in this series.
And in Europe, Daz, would you agree that as far as lands go, you got to put Team Vitality as number one as far as just all of the success and all of their history in lands? You got to say that that's going to be the number one team to take down, just given their land success.
I'd say given the land success, yes. I can see that.
You know, I think a lot of people, right, a lot of people are going to say BDS are always going to be the favorite, and don't get me wrong, they're great. As look at the pass coming out, and great read from Though on the goal line. Beautiful one there. But one question mark I think that remains in everyone's head is, how will BDS perform on land? Because we know what Team Vitality are going to bring to the stage.
We got to wait to get there. Right now, Vitality on the offense. Pass down. K-Dop doesn't like it. Violent Panda, good clear away, and the ball will go to Fairy Peak, who's going to end up giving that up to Oli, who puts a good shot on. Forcing a save. That was a double commit, and Fairy immediately getting on top of that ball. It will be played back as Alpha tries again. Gets a good first touch. Going for the flip reset. Gets the flip, and it's in! Alpha 54!
Oli left on an island all by his lonesome, and Fairy Peak coming screaming right at him. Couldn't do much, and all it took was a beautiful flip reset to get that ball to go in, and Violent Panda and crew allow that lead to slip away.
You can't give Alpha 54 space in the air. You can't. Someone has to put a hand up. We need to see a challenge there. There was none. K-Dop trying to lead block, but won't be able to throw there on defense. And Though will actually have a free ball for the time being. These are just soft touches, 50s. And Oli will end up losing that one to Fairy Peak. 30 seconds remaining. Possession in these final seconds is going to be crucial. That one goes off to the side. Alpha looks for that touch. Gets a flip reset on that, but it plays off into the corner for Oli. Vitality still with pressure, but they're trying to hold this ball in the midfield. Can't get past Though, but K-Dop puts it in the air. Pass middle. Can someone get there? No, Violent Panda able to block it off. Final few seconds as Flying Dutchman try to come out with something, but it will be grounded. This is our second overtime, game 3.
Got to be happy with the changes that we've seen, but kickoff looms its ugly head, and Vitality yet again gonna take an overtime victory.
What? Oh my goodness. They played though like a fiddle. Played the 50 initially. That way though doesn't have possession, and K-Dop has an open net to shoot at. Wow. Just when you thought, maybe Flying Dutchmen have something here. Team Vitality shows up and hits them where it hurts. And they put this series on match point.
And you just gotta scratch your head and ponder, if you're a Flying Dutchman fan, what do they have to do to get this win? Because a lot of things look like they're going right, but when you blink, you'll miss it. Vitality just seem to be able to score at will when it comes down to crunch time. And Flying Dutchmen seem to have control of that game for 4 straight minutes. And all it took was 55 seconds left on the clock, and Vitality tie it up. And then just how this game started is how it ended. Kickoff dominated by Vitality.
It definitely is. I mean, the way they've won the last 2 overtimes, where it's just, especially for Tho, getting beat out on both of those plays. It's almost like, how do you recover from that if you are Flying Dutchman? Vitality in total control. And these overtimes for Flying Dutchman, not doing well for them at all, Subi.
No. They've gone 1-5 in overtimes now during the BMW Open, and they've lost 4 straight. And all of those come from the hand of Vitality. And when you flip the page, Vitality monsters in overtime, 6-1 throughout the last 2 days, and winning the last 4 because, you guessed it, they're playing the Flying Dutchman and just have their number.
And boy, do they. Flying Dutchmen have been making so many changes and adjustments, but even then, you can see Team Vitality doing work around that. It just seems like you can't break past them.
Well, it's their patience that's really paying off for Vitality. They're not jumping at the initial ball touch unless they see that, okay, he's not going to be able to bring anything else after that. But if they can see that, okay, he's going to get a flip reset, let's just wait on the goal line. Let's force him to show his hand. And Berry Peak narrowly avoiding that bump from Tho. That surely would have been a goal for the Flying Dutchman.
Ooh, Alpha looking for that solo play. Good on Oli to get there. Again, those setups, super important. This one, off the sidewall. Berry Peak takes the time, leaves it for Alpha to take a shot, but Alpha plays it into VP. So, plays that 50 out. Panda over to the side, but Alpha's there. Again, one of these tense moments in gameplay. We've gone long stretches scoreless as these 2 teams try to feel each other out. It's almost a war of attrition between these 2. How long can you stay focused and make the right touch? So far, Vitality's been winning that fight. K-Dop looking for a double, leaves it, but Fair Peak gets bumped. Alpha shot, it's high! VP makes the save in time! Alpha again, and it goes in!
What? That's the one that goes in? Nope, not that one. Violent Panda says, see you later, and then Alpha just poaching on the goal line and finds the smallest window to gently push that ball into the net.
I don't know how that's a goal, but it is.
It's because the ball crossed the goal line, Des.
Okay, thanks, dude.
I'm here for you. That's why they bring me on, just to help you out with those.
I need you sometimes, and that was definitely one of them. Because with everybody in the net, I felt like that should have been saved out. But we had 2 minutes and 12 seconds left here. Berry Peak putting a testing shot. Be blocked out. K-Dop plays that one out. Fairy's in a good spot. There's the demo. Can Alpha get there? He can! 2-goal lead for Vitality.
Everyone from Vitality getting involved on this one. Demo coming from Alpha, then K-Dop says, hey, I want one too, and it just leaves the net wide open. Alpha just absolutely crushing it today. When he is on form, Vitality just look like a three-headed Hydra.
And this is where things get desperate. If you're Flying Dutchman, backs against the wall, needs something here. But how do you stop a team that just won't be beat? K-Dop playing that one down. Though will be able to get the touch out. Ball in the blue half. Violent Panda will sky it for the clear. But, I mean, Subi, it just looks like Vitality will not let them pass their midfield line without someone getting a challenge on that ball.
Well, look at the patience from Vitality. K-Dop just literally just sitting on the goal line. And as I say that, sitting might not have been the right course of action as Oli comes in from the weak side to clean up this shot.
And you see K-Dop initially dodging a demo from Oli, and then that turn. Like, I'm not out to play just because you don't see me on your screen. It's 119 now. And tick, tick, as Flying Dutchmen are playing from behind in more than one sense of the word. Get up. We'll leave that for Oli. Or for Tho, I'm sorry. Tho picks it up. Alpha in there will play the 50-50s until this game is over.
Yeah, they're so content to do that, huh, Daz?
There's Alpha up though with a shot, adding one more. Of course he will. Hat trick for Alpha.
Throw him onto the field, boys. Alpha 54, making it look so easy. Silent all over the Flying Dutchman, and all they need to do is kill the clock, hold on, and they will have swept Flying Dutchman out of this weekend.
Demo comes out. Violent Panda looking for a quick play. Fairy Peak with a whiff, but Alpha gets a pop-up. 30 seconds left. Oli looking for a shot, and Violent Panda tries to interrupt, but can't.
They needed that one, Daz.
More whips coming out. That ball on the hood. You're absolutely right, Subi. Much needed chance there.
No way.
That drive was big. That goal almost goes in. Final few seconds. And this game ends like the series starts with Team Vitality in full control. Flying Dutchman put up a fight, but it just was not enough. A sweep for Vitality.
A sweep in dominating fashion as well. Yes, we did see 2 overtimes, but in games 1 and 4,